Good late afternoon and welcome to Audiotree Live. Today is Tuesday, the 1st of March, 2016, and we're honored to have with us in the studio the Island of Misfit Toys.
New developments in my transgression. I almost don't feel the way that I do. I've crash landed without tact intact. What have I come to? Oh, crown me uncomely king. It's been far too long since I started the investigation of why I even sing. Dilemma, dilemma, dilemma. Thy will be done, thy will be done. And that's the closest I can come to some insane patience. Baptismal fount, you flaunt your bounty ounce for ounce. I want her body, ouch for ouch. Baptismal fount, the beads of water on my friends' heads, kissing my neck and chest, making my leg hair thick with wet and doubly cleansed. On the receiving end of your diary when you touch me, on the conceiving end of my diary and it loves me, on the careening bends of legality but it's nothing. I signed my soul to some dipshit trolls, but I'm bathing and behaving. I was handed a diploma after emerging from this cold scholastic coma, excised like squamous carcinoma. Athletic kinko, like a 2-ton teeth, pretty much a green beret tongue wreath. You can see a jet of running water circumnavigating the edge of my lifestyle, rinsing a bile of my fire. But exposed to the most loathsome of folks when you lather me up with hope like it was pricey lunch soap. I could buy a waterproof coffee table and work out of my shower so we can settle down here forever. Hi everybody at home! Thank you, Audiotree! Baptismal fount, you flaunt your bounty ounce for ounce. I want her body, ouch for ouch. Baptismal fount, the beads of water on my friend's heads, kissing my neck and chest, making my leg hair thick with wet and doubly cleansed. When you vouch for many full various lords, double-digit virgins or just simple hardcores, but can it apply to my provocative prerogative? I read in my bathtub, it's a polyglot mashup. I embrace my latest in health fucks with Little Caesar's pizza in Nick Bertelson's pick-up truck. I will live with my good metabolism for one more year. You flaunt your bounty ounce for ounce. I want her body, ouch for ouch. Baptismal fount, the beads of water on my friend's heads, kissing my neck and chest, making my leg hair thick with wet and doubly cleansed. On the receiving end of your diary when you touch me, on the conceiving end of my diary and it loves me, on the careening bends of legality but it's nothing. On the receiving end of your diary when you touch me. On the conceiving end of my diary, and it loves me. On the careening bends of legality, but it's nothing baptismal fount. You flaunt your bouncy ounce for ounce. I want her body, ouch for ouch, baptismal fount. I'm apt to crack a jaw. And right paws and blood on the walls near somebody's eye.
This place makes me melt my morals. This place makes me melt my morals.
I'm a skin graft, I'm a new scratch you woke up with. Bet you wish you never broke up with me.
This place makes me melt my morals. This place makes me melt my morals.
I wanna make you think I'm awesome, but my awful's playing possibly flotsam. Bet you wish you never hold up in me.
This place makes me melt my morals. This place makes me melt my morals.
I can't be myself without a little bit of wow. Can't be myself without a little bit of wow. Can't be myself without a little bit of help. So don't file me with the newly deceased, with the old and deceased. 'Cause I've got the eyes of the dog for Christ. It's my decisive guise. It's my ill at ease. I've got a class with you first period. I've got an instinct, you've got both your legs spread. Keep the desk, floral horrors under. Floral horrors under. I've got a fly cylindrical. I've got a throbbing problem, both my legs bent. Tetris-esque, yearning for her summer dress. Yearning for her summer dress. I would have never forged the facts like I did a few months in the past. Don't know, mind control on myself for starters. On myself for starters. I'm consolidating bare hair in a bit. My fist till I made you something. In my fist till I made you something. It's inside my fist until I made you something. I made you something. So don't file me with the newly deceased, with the old and deceased. 'Cause I've got the eyes with the dog for Christ. It's my decisive guise. It's my buckling knees. New developments in my progression. I know exactly who I've been. I thought there was this red badge of self-hate, free from pollution of pride. Could that help me? Oh, crown me uncomely king. It took 10 years, 5 bands, 2 girls, and 1 friend to truly make me sing. I'm the sum of my parts. I'm the bright in the slighter sides of my heart. I'm the dilemma. My will be done, my will be done. And that's the closest I can come to an artist's statement. Thank you.
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with the Island of Misfit Toys. What's up? Thank you guys very much for coming out. I'm sorry we had to postpone it from the original January date, but I'm glad you're out here now, you know?
I love it.
Yeah, okay, sweet. And it's real snowy, which is always nice, you know? Okay, so I'd like to start, I suppose, with you, Anthony, and then anyone else who wants to chime in, please feel free. You know, everyone in the industry knows that it's in kind of a strange place at this point, and I'm just curious what you as a band think of as success. Like when you're evaluating your goals and your future and that kind of thing, what do you think like success means to you?
That's an amazing question. Mostly because it's something that we've talked about a lot in the van, like when we're touring and stuff, because I recognize that like this is not very simple.
Sure.
To have it matter, and there's a lot of evaluating factors in success that like our parents thought about, and I've been talking with everybody else because there's kind of a cycle that bands seem to go through, which is hopefully generate some kind of excitement and buzz, and then just go on as many big tours as you possibly can.
Yeah, and just hopefully that grows to bigger tours.
Yeah, but I can't help but think that somewhere along the way, you very heavily lose touch with the people that love the things that you like, because all you know is bands, and you don't really know how to interact with the world anymore.
Sure.
And I feel
not only your own band, but other bands that you're like touring with or things like that.
100%. You just get lost in a universe of that.
Yeah.
And I can't help but think that for us as a band that has tried to always stay us and not achieve anything that is unlike us,
Sure.
I think the best measure of a success is reaching out and succeeding in reaching out to people who are not typically reached out to, and then not losing sight of about what we do is good. Because if we can use a sphere of influence as some kind of positive thing for people, like so many people have done for me and all of us, that is incredible, and that is something that is also sustainable, because I think people need that.
Right.
Whether or not it's us, someone else, you know, I feel like there's a drought of that.
Yeah, and in that way you're forming a relationship almost between the musician and the consumer or the listener, I suppose.
100%, because I feel like everyone's trying to figure out, how are we going to fix the music industry?
Yeah.
You fix the music industry by looking at the people who've built your industry and wondering not what they want, but what they need as well.
Sure.
You know, and whether it's not us, because that's a mighty statement to be like, the world needs us.
Yeah. But
like,
I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah, I think the world needs that big concept of not reaching out to the same damn kids like all the time.
Sure.
Grown-ass people and little baby toddlers
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Others on that are agreed, I suppose, other opinions?
I have like a personal level of success that we've already achieved, which
Yeah,
is,
man.
before this band, I've probably visited like 3 states, not even, like on vacation or somewhere random. And now we've been and done so much stuff and seen and met so many people and made so many amazing relationships that if I wasn't in a band doing this, I never would have had the opportunity to meet or hang out with or do just ridiculous things that I'm not used to. But now it's like a natural, like, I don't know, collective family that we all see every time we go on tour and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Those people, those spots that you hit every time, or
Yeah,
those like
pretty-
houses you sleep on their floor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Others on that?
Yeah, like quantifying success, just like thinking about that is so funny to me. Just 'cause it's like you can look at anybody who you think is successful, and I can guarantee they can like think of somebody else beyond them who they're like, I haven't made it.
Right.
So it's like I think of it as just like an unattainable thing that you sort of like leapfrog towards, but you know, maybe you get there if you're U2.
Yeah, and otherwise you probably don't.
Sorry.
Yeah. And how do you approach the idea of numbers? Because there's so much like, you know, sort of annoying metric between all the social media platforms, between like selling your record or not selling your record, or digital downloads versus vinyl, things like that. Like, how do you think about the numbers themselves?
All I think about is the word, if you're talking like social media numbers.
Yeah, sure.
Because sometimes
it's baffling that there can be so many people who's, I'm sure this is like a topic everyone brings up, but the fact that sometimes it's built so that it doesn't matter how many people care about what you do. There are algorithms to which people see, so it just becomes irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
What matters the most to me is feedback, because that measure of success I was talking about.
Yeah.
Is only gaugeable via that, and it's those people who
Like send personal messages or
Stuff like
connect with
that.
you on a more personal level.
And some of the stuff we've heard, like whether or not it's on tour, or like via the internet or something like that, I could be in the worst possible zone I could possibly be in, and then I'll read something that's like, oh, I remember exactly why we do this. And that is so refreshing for a person who often suffers from blights of mental problems, you know?
Right.
So it's a wonderful feeling. So I guess the number of people, if we're talking numbers, the number of people who bother to reach out is what I care about.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Thank you guys very much for sharing. You can roll into your next song when you're ready.
Let's do some switching up.
Yeah, move around. I will say they are playing the Broken World Fest April 16th in Pittsburgh, and they're in Detroit and Grand Rapids. 2 shows with Runaway Brother and someone else. Who else is on that show? I can't quite remember, but in Detroit and Grand Rapids, so check them out if you're in around that area. And the new full-length I Made You Something is out now.
Everybody good?
Who is that up there at the top of the stairs? It's a face I've only seen in frames, holds my mother's surname. It's my grandfather Wilt. He's efficiently built. After his death, he told my uncle goodbye. No one was surprised. Logic begat a bridal path. We found God in his math. Tell my mom we know the day nor our funeral flower. When I see him up there, I feel so unprepared. I am the father of a million kids. I don't know what I did. There are unmapped unknowns, hair that never gets cold. When I pass the question asked into a dashboard, I crash. Take me up there to the top of the stairs, and I won't go outside. I won't know I wasn't right. What if I wake up with someone new? What if the roots from which deja vu ruin the dirt? I'll play solitaire. James, are you up there? There are coins that I flip, that I trust more than this idea. And if I stray, I'm forgiven someday. But this effort and what it's cost me has proven haunting, exhausting. So what of all the lessons I have learned should I be most concerned? Every sun in the sky puts that tar in disguise. When I pass the form in class into a chalkboard, I crash. Take me up there to the top of the stairs, and I won't go outside. I won't know I wasn't right. What if I wake up with someone new? What if the roots from which deja vu ruin the dirt? I'll be growing hair. Won't know I'm up there. What if I wake up with someone new? What if the roots from which deja vu ruin the dirt? I'll be growing hair. Won't know I'm up there. We were outside of Indiana. You were tall, but you were looking up. Said it's so clear out here, but the night was bluffing. Just a little black bag from Santa. made me wish I hadn't woken up. But if you asked me what's up, I would say nothing.
This is Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with the Island of Misfit Toys. I think everyone's poised for you guys to just explode into another section, which is why when you quiet down, it's like, are they done? Or are we just waiting for a second? Yeah, into like another explosion of song. Yeah. Okay, I'm curious, as you're getting ready for your last set, your music is fairly wordy, I would suppose. You look at a lyric sheet, you know, Anthony, and there's a lot of words that you've written down. I'm curious, writers or lyricists that you guys are inspired by, people that you like to read?
Holy cow.
Probably many, but maybe a few of recent or somebody that's inspired you for a long time.
Yeah, Kevin Federline's new book. That's it.
It's called How to. It's called How to Be Famous.
It's really good.
Sideways Hat edition.
Speaking of people that have been in this studio, Aaron Weiss from Me Without You, hands down. Lyrically, when I was a kid, I listened to a lot of Say Anything.
Yeah.
And when it comes to more cryptic lyrical passages, my favorite band is Radiohead, Tom York, Hands Across the Board. It's not a turn of phrase.
But I like it though. What board are these hands across?
Just
hands
a
across
big-
the control board.
Just a pretty cool and big board, not worth exploring.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are three.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to authors, they're goodness. One of my favorite books is The Sound and the Fury, and there are a lot of turns of phrases in there that I've actually made it into island songs. More than one. There's one very probably the most well-known one, but I love that book. Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, others? Danny, Kenna, anyone else?
Things I listen to.
I was just gonna say, like, for me, my dad is my main influence for music.
Cool,
Without
cool.
my dad, because my dad's a musician. Without him being a musician, I probably wouldn't be one. So
Okay.
I don't know if.
Yeah, what did he play? Or what does he play?
He's a songwriter. Like, he plays a lot of acoustic music as well.
Cool.
Chito Ilongo Macachua.
Yep, there he goes.
One
Very
of the biggest
sweet.
supporters, along with the mom.
Along with the
They've been in
mom.
every single show. along with the mom.
They've been to an abnormal amount of islands.
That is awesome.
Shout out to Daddy Cool.
They're probably watching right now. Hi, guys.
Others? Any other thoughts or opinions? No? Okay, cool. That's
yeah, there's plenty. Like I listen to a lot of Yoni Wolf and like I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of like hip hop, like J. Cole and Kendrick are like killing it right now. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
absolutely love them. And like Lupe Fiasco was my jam. I still like Kanye West. I'm sorry.
Sorry
So does
to
he. Yeah, like
everyone.
A lot of pop.
So does he, is that what she said?
There you go.
Yeah.
Danny and I actually used to do poetry slam together, and a lot of that kind of hip-hop influenced passages find their way onto the latest record. and
Yeah, right
stuff
on.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you like about that specifically? Like, especially Lupe, you know, he's like so,
Oh yeah.
you know, yeah. I mean, all those guys are awesome,
Like,
awesome lyricists.
You know,
but
what people consider like old school hip hop or like what is it? Conventional hip hop, where it's not as like just poppy and like just about nonsense, where it actually it's about topics other than how much money you have or how many girls you have. and
Or
stuff.
just like a hook.
Yeah.
Although
Like
we
not
are
so-
making a concept record about how much money.
yeah.
It's very short. It has half a song. Cool. Okay, sweet. Thanks for sharing. You guys can roll into your last set when you're ready.
Come on, young man.
Evan, where you going, man?
There's a strange traveling man in here.
Just goes wherever he wants.
Let's get this is a strange man. All right.
To live in a body like mine makes each unmanageable man to wish each night to fall inside the palm of something's hand. I wish it was wired in me to crawl and to submit, to weep to every gentle song, pretend I'm delicate. I wish to be kissed deeply and fall into two arms, to promise. Could you expect perfection when I'm Gemini dishonest? How can I do better than my best? I'm just a kid, I'm just a kid. I've always been. How could you expect me to do all my talents promised? How could you expect perfection when I'm Gemini dishonest? How can I do better than my best? I'm just a kid, I'm just a kid. I've always been. How could you expect me to do all my talents promised? How could you expect perfection when I'm Gemini dishonest? How could I do better than my best? I'm just a kid, I'm just a kid. I've always been. How could you expect me to do all my talents promised? How could you expect perfection when I'm Gemini dishonest? How could I do better than my best? I'm just a kid, I'm just a kid. I've always been. I've been. Peter, where are you going? We have work to do. I moved the rock to find you running. I moved the rack to match your inner pace. I want to let you know you're the focal center of my wet scope. We have work to do, and I can't keep shivering myself to crumble. I miss you, and I forgive you. And I do what you tell me to, because I love you. I have to. When I do what you tell me to, because I love you, I have to. When I do what you tell me to, because I love you, I have to. And I do what you tell me to, because I love you. I'll do what you tell me to, because I love you. I have to. I've always been what you tell me to, because I love you. I have to. I've always been what you tell me to, because I love you. I have to. I've always been. Thank you for watching us, everybody. This is our last song, and it's the last song on our most recent album. It's called Architects. Thank you so much. We get so heavy and we've gotta let it breathe. My night proves sleepless. I watch a live birth before I go to work. Is that you smiling? I thought I knew what I was doing till I watched teeth shoot through in every beam. We get so heavy and we've gotta let it breathe. My loose ends leafless. The doctor feels the spin just when he stands. That's why he's smiling. Then I'm reminded why he's crying. I join him. I'm completely fine with it. We get so heavy and we've gotta let it breathe. Preserve the image of the last vibrant seconds I was clean. And I'm still smiling. Each notebook's in her drawer. Thousands of words do what these pictures should have done. Notebooks in her drawer. Thousands of words do what these pictures should have done. Notebooks in her drawer. Thousands of words do what these pictures should have done. Black, done up like a doll, done up like the laminated cover of my rite of passage. Social death now hide in gravy boat eyes and flying saucer midnight. Bounce back and forth, up and down, echo chamber tread. You hollow out my head, I'm swallowed by my bed. You're resting on my shelf, you're kissing me goodnight, you're wishing me good morning. Black, done up like a doll, done up like the laminated cover of my rite of passage. Social death now hide in gravy boat eyes, in flying saucer midnight. Bounce back and forth, up and down, echo chamber tread. You hollow out my head, I'm swallowed by my bed. You're resting on my shelf, you're kissing me goodnight, you're wishing me good morning. When tell me, do we look anything like a mirror? When tell me, oh, do we look anything like a mirror? When tell me, do we look anything like a mirror? When tell me, oh, do we look anything like a mirror? I wake up amazed every day that despite every shortcoming, every social misstep and half-step, and every debased covenant, and every ripped contract behind the backs of our makers, I'll always be fine. It's like what Miss Magson told me in the back of the guided study class, pulling me out of my own huddled mass just to tell me I'll always be fine. It's so simple that after all of this it seems sick, but I'll always be fine. If as long as you stay perched with me on this earth, always ready to be lifted, I'll always be fine. When tell me, do we look anything like a mirror? When tell me, oh, do we look anything like a mirror? When tell me, do we look anything like a mirror?
This is Audiotree Live. We've been in the studio with the Island of Misfit Toys. Get the newest release, I Made You Something, out now on Broken World Media. Before we close out, I'm curious what your favorite Say Anything record is.
What if I said the new one?
Yeah, well, I haven't heard it yet, so I wouldn't be able to say anything on it.
Audrey and I are brother and sister, and we both mess with Is a Real Boy.
Yeah, best. Okay. I can dig that. I think Is a Real Boy is like the most meaningful one to me, but I'm slowly becoming more partial to the self-titled. I love the construction of the self-titled.
A lot of hits on that one.
Yeah, and like Do Better Rule, like that's probably their like hippest song or their hittest song, you know,
every
for sure.
time a new record comes out, Audrey's like, you gotta listen to it, it's pretty good. I don't know.
You're like, no, probably
But
not.
then I listen to you.
And then you like it.
I'm right.
It's
Do you
literally right.
like Anarchy, my dear, or do you?
I do.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
I like In Defense, and a lot of people
Oh yeah,
don't.
I like In Defense a lot
They're
though.
either like, is a real boy or In Defense?
Yeah. Cool.
You can't choose.
Okay, cool. Yeah, well, I'm sure we could talk about that forever. But thanks again. Thank you very much for performing. Thanks to awesome people in the studio and sound engineers, camera and lighting crew for hooking it up, and viewers, thanks for watching. You can support the band by downloading the session when it comes out in a couple of weeks and send a shot by social media to us or the band if you just want to connect. From all of us here at the Audiotree Studios, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.